Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'm going to ask you to kindly remove your hats and properly apply your woke cap. I know it's been a while since we've had to utilize the hypnotic services of the woke cap, but in order to relate to CNN and view their embarrassing ratings from a positive perspective, we are going to need the hypnotizing powers of the woke cap. For this particular demonstration, make sure your woke cat is on the super rainbow setting, which is the highest setting available to my knowledge. Okay, are you guys ready? Headline at CNN. CNN ranks as top 5 most watched network in all of cable. This is amazing! Celebrate the butt bongo! Woohoo! Yes, yes, yes! With the woke cat clouding my logic and clouding my judgment, I am happy to announce that CNN had double-digit growth in the first quarter in the category of topical entertainment programming that airs on Saturdays. CNN was also the most watched network for people over the age of 105. Through the first 3 months of 2025, CNN ranked number 2 in the key advertiser demo of men between the ages of 18 and 49 who now identify as gender fluid women and use they them pronouns. Hopefully, CNN can become number 1 in this category in the second quarter by beating the LGBT network, which is currently dominating the demo with their popular show, The Plus Plus Bachelorette, who used to be a bachelor. Now that our woke hats have been removed, I can be honest with you guys. CNN's ratings suck. I mean, they suck. It doesn't matter how much polish CNN applies to this turd. It is still a turd. Caitlin Collins, Katie Roo! If Rue isn't careful, her and the wicked weave Joy Reid, they are going to be broom pulling together on their way to the unemployment office to pick up their sympathy checks. One of the reasons that the artist formerly known as Weave was fired by MSNBC, it's because she could not draw ratings in the 25 to 54 demo. I know CNN likes to brag about their ratings in the Saturday morning topical entertainment demo, but that's because that's the only category that CNN is seeing success. The advertisers, the companies that pay the bills, they don't give a shit about your audience for Saturday morning cartoons. They care about your primetime ratings in the 25 to 54 demo, a demo that the girl named Rue is failing miserably to attract. Last week, Rue averaged less than 100,000 viewers in the demo. Now keep in mind, Rue is airing in the prime hour of prime time. She is competing directly with Rachel Maddow, Sean Hannity. Rue is the anchor of CNN's primetime lineup, and she's a literal anchor because she is sinking the Titanic. CNN Newsnight, the show that features the American hero Scott Jennings. I am a real American. The American hero has consistently beaten Rue in the demo over the last few weeks, but now Scott Jennings is starting to top Rue in overall ratings, even though CNN Newsnight airs at 10 o'clock on the East Coast. Laura Coates, the primetime host responsible for putting an extra coat of polish on this turd. Laurie is struggling to eclipse 300,000 viewers. Ratings have gotten so bad at CNN, the number 1 show on the network is a rerun, and the host of the show doesn't even work at CNN. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Let's get to the sponsor for today's video, my good friends at Whoa Mama Protein. As we get older, we start to realize how important it is to take care of our bodies. Diet, exercise, very important, but it can be hard to maintain a strict diet, especially if you like to snack. My wife loves to snack, but there are times when she will feel guilty after snacking. Doesn't have to worry about that guilt anymore because she has recently been consuming a healthier version of snacks from Whoa Mama Protein. Whoa Mama Protein was started by two best friends who wanted to create healthy snacks without sacrificing quality and taste. They started out with protein gelato, and recently they released a new line of protein popcorn. Each bag contains 5 grams of protein and only 140 calories. It's also gluten-free and contains no artificial coloring or artificial flavoring. Not gonna lie to you, I was initially skeptical. A lot of times, healthier versions of anything just doesn't taste the same. But I'm telling you, the protein popcorn from Whoa Mama Protein, it not only tastes the same, I think it tastes better. You will not be disappointed. Protein popcorn from Whoa Mama is available in honey mustard, Diablo fire. My personal favorite, the garlic parmesan. So click the link in the description below. Use my promo code BTL10, BTL10. Save 10% off your first purchase with Whoa Mama Protein. 2 years ago, Bill Maher allowed CNN to air reruns of his show on Saturday nights. Now, outside of financial reasons, I never understood this from Bill Maher's perspective. I mean, if you're going to license your show to another network, wouldn't you want to license your show to a network that people actually watch? From CNN's perspective, I understood it completely. Ever since they fired Don Lemon and Chris Cuomo, hey, it's me, Chrissy C! Ever since they fired Donnie and Chrissy, CNN has not been able to create a new star in prime time. They have tried desperately to make Ruhle a star. CNN's promotion of Ruhle, it kind of reminds me of WWE pushing Roman Reigns 10 years ago. WWE desperately wanted fans to embrace the tribal guardian, and in most cases, when you force your audience to like someone, they reject them, which is exactly what's happened with the girl named Ruhle. On the surface, Caitlin Collins should be an instant star in primetime cable news. She's young, she's smart, she's easy on the eyes. She's a hell of a lot better to look at than the aging fossil Wolf Blitzer. Woof, woof, woof. But the problem with Caitlin Collins and damn near everyone else at CNN, she lacks charisma. So it makes sense why CNN would be willing to air reruns of Bill Maher. To their credit, it's one of very few decisions that CNN has made over the last few years that's actually worked. Right now, reruns of Bill Maher are the most watched show at CNN. Last week, Bill Maher's rerun drew over 900,000 viewers. Now you gotta remember, Bill Maher, this rerun, it's airing on Saturday night. His Saturday night rerun is damn near doubling the audience of everything that CNN is airing in primetime during the week. Reruns of Bill Maher came in second place behind Mark Levin on Fox News, but Billy tripled the audience of his competition on MSNBC, which was something called Amen or Hey Man. Hey Man, nice ass. How is this possible? How in the hell are reruns of Bill Maher damn near doubling the primetime lineup at CNN? Ironically enough, we were given the answer this morning on a podcast hosted by Stephanie Ruhle. Well, Casey, who in the hell is Stephanie Ruhle? Steph is a host at MSNBC, but she also hosts a podcast that no one's ever heard of until today. Her guest this morning was Rainn Wilson, who was an actor on The Office, the show that's extremely popular on dating apps. If you don't watch reruns of The Office on Netflix, swipe left. Gents, if you come across a beautiful woman with that in her bio and you don't watch The Office, swipe right anyway and just pretend that you do, because the next profile you come across could say, I'm an aspiring yenta and my dream is to fill the whoopee cushion's gas tank on The View. Obviously, that's grounds for deleting the dating app and just meeting a woman in real life. But anyway, Stephanie Ruhle, she was complaining about the decline of the mainstream media. Now, of course, she wasn't blaming herself for the decline. She wasn't blaming her pretend friends for the decline of the media. According to Stephanie Ruhle, Elon Musk and Orange Bad are responsible for the decline of the mainstream media. Even though Steph was not willing to be honest, Rainn Wilson was. Just think about that for a second. A veteran Hollywood actor, an industry filled with parasites and dishonesty. A veteran Hollywood actor had to show someone in the media what it looks like to be honest. Watch for yourself.
Losing that trust is not by accident, it's by design. If you remember when President Trump was running the first time, Steve Bannon once said the goal is to blow the whole thing up. There's a concerted effort to destroy the media because the media, the news media, is, in my opinion, the last line of defense of holding power accountable. They want you to leave traditional media and they want you to go to X, which is a bastion of misinformation, where there is no fact checking.
When I see this kind of insight and passion being directed at the current administration, and the lack of this kind of insight and passion being directed at the previous administration, where, again, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about left-leaning news media organizations were kind of like, la, 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 everything's fine, look, the environment's, look, the economy's great, la, 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 immigration's not that much of a problem, and really being Cleopatra, queen of denial, thank you, boom.
They don't get it. They just don't get it. Stephanie Ruhle is right. The media was designed to be the last line of defense. Sole purpose of the media was to keep the government from abusing its power. The problem is, the vast majority of people think that the media was colluding with the government, and the media gave us every reason to think that by blindly defending Johnny B. Biden. 4 years of lies, 4 years of telling people that John Biden was smart enough to win Jeopardy, 4 years of telling people Johnny wasn't rushed off stage because he had an accident in his pants. He was running off stage to save a child from a burning treehouse. John loves the kids. People no longer trust the media, and it's the main reason that CNN continues to struggle. I told you guys 3, maybe 4 years ago, the only way to save CNN was to eradicate the woke fungus. Here we are 3 or 4 years later, and CNN's ratings are still circling the pooper. The biggest star at the network doesn't even work at the network. Give me your thoughts on this. Ratings so bad at CNN. Reruns of Bill Maher are the #1 show on the network by a wide margin. Why does the media refuse to admit that they're the problem? They blamed viewer fatigue after the election. They blamed the Trumper. They blamed Elon Musk. Why can't the mainstream media acknowledge that they are the problem? They are responsible for their own decline. You tell me. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.